Fresh baked, a couple of items have come across my Disney news feed that I wanted to share with you guys. Share with you my thoughts and maybe get your thoughts on these items as well. The first is that Disney has announced that there's going to be a celebration for the 50th anniversary or the 50th birthday of Pirates of the Caribbean. It opened 50 years ago on Thursday the 16th, and there's going to be what I think is going to be just a weekend-long celebration. This is coming on the heels, of course, of a brief refurb. I don't know if the refurb is going to be, anything, notable in terms of upgrades. I don't know if they're going to include anything from the new film or anything like that. As a matter of fact, I'm going to try to go to the park early Thursday morning, if possible, to catch a ride just to see if there's anything new there. But I digress. Let's get into what's going on with the 50th anniversary celebration. First, starting tomorrow on Thursday the 16th, we're going to be able to get pirate-themed food all throughout New Orleans Square. That's in all the restaurants, including Blue Bayou. You can get a Buccaneer pulled pork sandwich that comes with a pineapple slaw and yucca. And I'm guessing this is going to be at the French Market. That's my guess. Then there's the Lost Treasure beignets, which obviously that sounds like something you're going to get at the Mint Julep Bar. These are lemon-flavored beignets that come with like a gold shimmer dust, as they describe it. I don't know what that is, but it's going to look like treasure. Also, you can get a churro, by the way, with that same gold shimmer dust. So treasure churros. Another reason to buy a churro. Then there's the Jolly Roger Punch, which by the description is just a mixture of fruit flavors. Nothing, treasury about it or anything like that. It's just called Jolly Roger Punch. But I'm going to try that for sure anyway because it says Jolly Roger on it, and that sounds fun. Or how about the Calypso Caribbean Stew? Now, this sounds like something that you might get at Blue Bayou or Cafe Orleans. I guess Royal Street Veranda is possible. Anywhere where you can get stew or a bread bowl, although it doesn't say specifically if it comes in a bread bowl or not. But it's just it's a chicken stew, a spicy chicken stew that comes with sort of vegetables like tomato and potato and celery and yucca, I think, as well. As for entertainment, there will be the Bootstrappers, of course. They're going to be there starting Thursday, as they usually are during the week. It doesn't say, because the Bootstrappers don't play over the weekend, but it doesn't say in the announcement whether or not they're going to be playing on Saturday or Sunday. So I'm not sure. I couldn't say for sure, but look out for the Bootstrappers. As a matter of fact, look out also for Lucky the Pirate. If you don't know who Lucky the Pirate is, he's also a bootstrapper, but he often will be found roaming through the park solo, just entertaining guests as they walk by or as he roams through New Orleans Square. Guy's awesome. He's hilarious. Yo-ho! Then on Saturday, starting Saturday, Jack Sparrow himself will be presumably available to meet near or around Pirates of the Caribbean, the attraction. The announcement doesn't give any specific locations or what times or anything like that. So ask a cast member when you get to the park to find out when or where he'd be. You might be able to find him in one of those daily guides as well. And then also on Saturday, there's going to be starting Saturday, limited edition park merchandise that'll be available throughout New Orleans Square, probably, at the Pieces of Eight gift shop is my best guess. And then they're also going to be giving away how to speak like a pirate card. So if you're interested in speaking like a pirate, go find a cast member on Saturday and ask them where to get one of those cards. That's what I'm going to do. The announcement doesn't say where it is, so I can't tell you right now. So that the first thing I'm going to do on Saturday is go find me a cast member and get me how to talk like a pirate card, because arr. Now, next up, I mentioned this briefly in last week's trip report about the Blanket Brigade along Main Street, the parade route, and that Disney has confirmed that they're going to be cracking down on said Blanket Brigade. Now, if you don't know what the Blanket Brigade is, these are folks who go to Main Street or anywhere along the parade route, put down a blanket on the Main Street curb, and then leave. And just leave their blanket there. And they rely on the goodwill and respectfulness of the average Disneyland guest who will see the blanket and say, well, I guess I can't sit there. So Disney has confirmed that guests will not be able to set up until Disney has set up the parade route, and that means the poles and the ropes that separate the parade route guests from the guests who are the foot traffic going by the parade route. So you cannot set up any kind of reserved type area thing until an hour before, which is generally when they start setting up for the parade. Now, my understanding is that means no blankets, no backpacks, no shopping bags. No laying your feet across or your legs, sideways along the curb. Yep, that means one butt, one seat until the parade setup begins, about an hour before the parade. Now, this is something that I want to get your thoughts on because this is kind of a hot topic for a lot of Disneyland regulars. I myself, I don't like the blanket brigade. I was never a fan of that. I felt like the people who did that, the people who put the blankets down and then left, were taking advantage of the good nature and the respectfulness that the average Disneyland guest has. And I felt like that was, it's a little unfair. I feel like you should earn that spot by sitting there yourself for as long as it takes. Now, having said that, I find it even more disrespectful for a guest who shows up on the parade route 10 or 20 minutes before the parade begins and tries to wedge themselves into a spot that doesn't exist, that is clearly full. And they're doing that in a space that is being occupied by guests who did earn that spot, who did pay their dues and wait there for an hour or more. So if you're a fan of this show, if you're a fan of what Fresh Baked represents and are picking up what we put down, don't do this, please. Don't put a blanket down. And also, don't try to take advantage of other people's kindness. A lot of people who don't say anything, or they just say, yeah, come on in, because they don't want to start a fight, or they don't want a confrontation. But in their hearts and in their minds, they're saying, you jerk. I've been here for an hour, 2 hours, 3 hours, and here you come 20 minutes before the show and expect to just sit down next to me where there is no room. And now I've got to tuck in my shoulders and my legs and huddle my kids around me. Don't do that, please. Don't take advantage of other people's kindness. And then finally, I want to talk about turkey legs for a minute. I've had exactly one of these in my life, and I found it a little greasy, a little salty, and didn't taste at all like turkey. And so imagine my surprise when I heard Zachary Levy, or is it Levi? I don't know how to pronounce his last name, say almost that exact same thing. He says it tastes more like ham, which is what I thought. It tastes like ham. And I thought that was humorous. But then he also went on to say that that's because it's not turkey at all, that it's emu. You're eating emu. Of course, Disney came back real quick with executive chef Robert Adams, who said, no, these are turkeys. They're definitely turkeys. They're seasoned, which gives them a different flavor. I don't know if you can season a turkey to make it taste like ham. I'm not a chef. I'll defer to Robert Adams and Disney on this. But if they say it's turkey, that's good enough for me. And really, I mean, I know turkey legs are big, but you can probably grow a pretty big turkey. But aren't emus like enormous? They're like an ostrich, right? So the leg would have to be twice the size of even the turkey legs that we see today. So I don't know. It's turkey. It's turkey. Just go with it. Anyway, that's all I got today, guys. I want to know your thoughts. I want to know your thoughts on the blanket brigade. I want to know your thoughts on what Disney is doing to crack down on this. Are you in favor of it? I personally am. And I want to know if you are in favor of eating emu. Do you want to eat turkey, or do you want to eat emu? Or do you want to eat turkey that isn't turkey or doesn't taste like turkey but is still turkey? I just said a lot of words just now. All right, Fresh Baked. We'll see you next time. Fresh Baked and stuff. Bye, guys. I love you.